Hello and welcome to South Mecklenburg Presbyterian Church Children's Sunday School Training. I am Rebecca Guzman. I am the Director of Spiritual Formation here at SMPC, and I am delighted to be doing this with you. I want to say, first of all, thank you for agreeing to teach Sunday school to our children. It is such an important ministry of our church, and so thank you also for spending this time to make sure that you are well prepared. Before we begin, please be sure that your sound is on and that you have a copy of the teacher handbook with you. You can get a copy of the teacher handbook at church. You can also download one off of the Sign Up Genius website where our teacher schedule is. So here's a basic schedule and overview of Sunday school. We ask teachers to arrive by 8:45 a.m. and begin setting up your room. Some children will come early, and we like to make sure that we know we're covered. So if you would come in and get all set up, that would be great. Kindergarten through 5th grade will begin in Mecklenburg Hall. So around 9 o'clock, you will want to go over to Mecklenburg Hall and sit with your children until Mecklenburg Hall time is over. Then you'll line up your class and walk them to the room, take attendance, and follow the curriculum. 3- and 4-year-olds do not begin in Mecklenburg Hall. They begin in their classrooms. So you will not go to Mecklenburg Hall if you are teaching 3- and 4-year-olds. For all ages, begin wrapping up around 9:55. Pray, collect your name tags, make sure you've taken attendance, and make sure every child has their leaflets and anything that they've created. And also, we would appreciate if you would clean up your room before you leave. Here's a little note about name tags, attendance, and visitors. 3- and 4-year-old classes have their name tags and their attendance binders in their classrooms. There are disposable name tags located inside the binder, which you can use and then throw away. Our kindergarten through 5th graders have reusable name tags, which they carry over from year to year. Supplies for making the new name tags are in the blue bin on the rolling cart, and their attendance sheets, if you can see them right here on this little green box, is where we keep our attendance sheets. So be sure to grab that. And if you have a visitor, just add his or her name to the bottom of the attendance sheet and make a name tag. Be sure to collect any allergy or medical information in case they would like for us to follow up with them. Also get a phone number and an email address. All of our leader curriculum is found in SparkHouse Online. Please see your handbook for detailed information on how to use SparkHouse Online. The most important thing is that you should go ahead and create an account now, because I have to go back in and give you access to the curriculum after you have created your account. So in other words, SparkHouse Online will default to you having a parent account, and I will have to go in and manually change you to having a teacher account, which means you can't download curriculum at the last minute. So go ahead and look at your handbook, get signed up for SparkHouse Online, check out all the stuff that's on there, and you'll be ready to go. So that's one part of our curriculum. The Leader Guide is online. The other two main curriculum components are Learner Resources and our Spark Bibles. The Learner Resources are what you have probably always called leaflets. Some of the younger students will also have stickers. So you see over here there is this little picture of baby Moses. That's a leaflet, And you can find your leaflets in these folders. They're different colors for different grades, but your folder will be in your rolling cart for 1st through 5th grade. For 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, and kindergartners, your folder with the leaflets and stickers will be in your room. You will notice in SparkHouse Online that there are a lot of other curriculum components, and these can actually be very helpful. The coloring pages are pretty self-explanatory. The large group opening is what we use for leading Mecklenburg Hall time, and if you are teaching kindergarten through 5th grade, we encourage you to consider signing up to lead Mech Hall time. Activity pages that go with the lesson, which you may need copies of. A wildcard extra in case you don't like any of the activities. And then finally, lesson prep videos. They can seem a little bit dry, but they do actually contain very helpful developmental information, as well as some tips about how the activities will go in real life. Some of the other online curriculum questions that you might have can be found in your handbook. The two biggest things are that we ignore all of the other features in SparkHouse Online other than curriculum. We do not use it to register for events or track attendance or do teacher schedules or any of that. And if you need copies, please let me know by Wednesday morning. I will be happy to make copies for you and place them in your leaflet folder. We do not put copies of the Leader Guide or other Leader curriculum in the classroom. We found that printing lessons just made a lot of paper waste because teachers were printing them at home anyway. So where do you find your stuff? Well, basic supplies for 1st through 5th grade are in these coral carts that can be found in the 5th grade room. So you'll want to grab your cart and roll it to your room each Sunday morning and then roll it back after Sunday school. And what we're calling basic supplies are a Bible, paper, markers, crayons, pencils, glue, scissors, and your leaflets. Basic supplies for 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, and kindergarten are in the marked Sunday school cabinets in each of their rooms. And you can see this picture we have of our lovely 1st and 2nd grade room. We have so many supplies and materials on campus. You can go in there and see what you can find. Extra Bibles are in the 2nd grade room. Outside toys, games, and books are in the resource area. And if you can't find what you need here, please do feel free to purchase supplies and then turn receipts in to me for reimbursement. This is just a map of the Palmer Building and how we use it on Sunday mornings. There is a copy of this in your book. We have moved some of the elementary grades around this year, so you may want to take a look at it and make sure that you know where everything is. On page 8 of your Sunday School Teacher Handbook, you will notice that you have a whole page of safety information. I am going to go over it here because I think it's very important that we take seriously our baptismal vows and the trust that parents have given to us to take care of their children. So, one of the really big things that we talk about is the 2-person rule. So this applies both to children and to adults. The way that it applies to children is we ask them to travel in pairs. So if a child needs to leave the group to go to the restroom, like an older child, then you should always send a buddy. And whenever possible, 2 adults should be present with groups of children. Now on Sunday morning we have an elder who's walking the campus and we have other people who are present in the building. So if you are teaching alone and you do not have an assistant that day, that's fine, but make sure you leave your Sunday school door open open and inform somebody that you are alone. Bathroom safety. If children need supervision in the bathroom, stand in the hall door leading into the restroom. And if a child needs more intimate help, go find another adult who can assist you. Never, never, never assist a child in the bathroom alone. There's fire exit information located at every exit, and one of the most important things in the event of a fire is to keep kids away from the parking lot. We try to be very sensitive to food allergies at SMPC, and because there are so many and varied food allergies, the easiest way to make everyone feel welcome and included is just not to use food. So we discourage Sunday school teachers from serving food or from using it for projects. But if you decide to serve food, make sure you speak with each parent at drop-off to make sure that the allergy information listed on the attendance sheet is correct, and if possible, have labels and other things with you so that they can make decisions. There are first aid kits in each preschool room. There's also one in the resource closet and in the kitchen. And finally, we do not release children to older siblings. 5th graders can leave on their own. Children in 4th grade and under should be picked up by a parent. There is some very helpful age level characteristics and developmental information for various age groups of children in your Sunday School Teacher Handbook, and I just wanted to point that out. I am not going to go through all of it with you, but it is very helpful to pull it out when you are planning your lesson so that you create realistic goals. For example, you wouldn't do a project with 4-year-olds that involved very precise and extensive cutting. In the same way, you would also not do an object lesson with them that required them to do a whole lot of abstract thinking. We all know these age level characteristics, but they're very helpful to have in mind as we are planning lessons. Our curriculum, which is produced by Spark House, does have a lot of information for families, a lot of great resources for families to take faith home. So be on the lookout for those, both as a parent and as a teacher. And then finally, if you have any questions about Sunday school, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. My contact information is in the Sunday School Teacher Handbook. You can email me, call me, text me, whatever. And thank you again so much for being a teacher at SMPC.